How many stories do we miss around here? Well, way more than we get. I'm thinking about these stories on the BART. I mean, we get a lot of stories on BART. We talk about how the people on BART won't release the videos because they actually said in a memo and on television they don't want to embarrass the black people they catch committing these crimes of violence, mayhem, and chaos on the BART system and outside of San Francisco. But a few months ago, we had heard about this part, that a white guy killed a black woman on the bus on the BART system, and that caused an enormous level of protest because white people are always going around killing black people, and all the black people in Oakland, well, they didn't want to put up with that anymore. But did any of you guys hear about this? The thing that put 10 cops in the hospital?
No justice, no peace!
The protest march drew more than 1,000 people the evening of July 23rd. They gathered at the MacArthur BART station to demand justice for the fatal stabbing of 18-year-old Nia Wilson the day before. The large crowd marched to downtown Oakland. Police were there to facilitate the event and ensure public safety. Fights broke out on Broadway. Officers converged to keep the peace. Suddenly, someone threw an improvised explosive device into the police skirmish line. Sky 7's aerial footage shows the plume of smoke and the mayhem below.
This guy decided to come down and attack Oakland police officers doing their duty.
Barry Donlan heads the Oakland Police Union.
These guys were there to protect everyone else expressing their First Amendment right to speak, free speech.
10 officers were injured.
For 3 months, Oakland police, with the help of the FBI, tried to identify and track down the suspect. Difficult, because he used street aliases and moved around the lot.
But good old-fashioned police work, security camera footage, and Sky 7's aerials helped investigators arrest Giovanni Gaines, who police say carried the bomb. Lieutenant James Beer, who was also injured in the bomb attack, headed the probe. He says security camera video also showed a juvenile accomplice.
We saw Gaines pull up to the 13-year-old, remove an object from his backpack, hand it to the 13-year-old, then light it, and you see the 13-year-old throw it.
The juvenile was first to be arrested. Gaines was taken into custody and charged last week. Vic Lee, ABC 7 News.
Oh yeah, the guy who threw that bomb, put those 10 cops in the hospital that I never heard about. Maybe you guys did. Last time he was in the paper, it was a few years ago in high school. He was a member of an urban peace coalition testifying at the Oakland City Council against curfews, because somehow putting a curfew on people who throw bombs, somehow that causes him to throw bombs. I don't know, I get confused when I hear all these words that people string together without any meaning. Why don't we head down to Louisiana for another story that's going to sound familiar, but one that we did not hear about. A couple of fellas hanging around with a white girl, assault her, kill her, set her on fire. No, this is not the one that ended up on the cover of People magazine. This is a different one.
Emotional one for the victim's family. Now, Troy Vornado is charged with second-degree murder, second-degree kidnapping, and obstruction of justice. Prosecutors told the jury Vornado and another man, 33-year-old Theon Sampson, committed the murder. They're accused of beating 31-year-old Lindsay Nichols in the parking lot of a New Orleans East apartment complex, then stuffing her body in the trunk of a car, shooting her 7 times, and then setting the car on fire. Now, moments before that beating, Nichols made a 911 call where she begs for help and tells the operator that, quote, he tried to do something to me that I didn't want to do. He's got a gun. He's in my face. A Crime Stopper tipster actually testified today that he saw 2 men around a car at Michoud and Lake Forest Boulevard where Nichols' body was found. Now, the witness said he felt he was forced to testify in this case. He was very upset on the stand and expressed that he feared for his own life. Prosecutors, though, told the jury that the man, after seeing Nichols' story on a television show, called police and expressed that he wanted to come forward. Vornado's co-defendant, Theon Sampson, pleaded guilty in this case a couple of weeks ago, and he was sentenced to 40 years in prison. Prosecutors told the jury in opening statements that after that sentencing, quote, we sat Theon down and said, we are not offering you anything, but you saw those family members and they want justice. Tell us what happened. The first thing he said to us is that I didn't shoot her. That's who put those bullets in that girl's neck, and now I'm off to do 40 years in prison for it. Defense attorneys say Vornado is innocent. They say, quote, it's Theon Sampson that beat this woman with the help of his brother. They decided to stuff this woman in the trunk of her car. That's what they decided to do with this woman. Now, Sampson is expected to testify against his co-defendant, Vornado, and that could happen this evening or maybe tomorrow. Meanwhile, testimony continues in this trial.
Round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows, as long as it doesn't stop in a place that makes the black kids angry.
Please, sir, I want some more.